Hello, I'm here with a controversial topic which has really gained momentum in the COVID period. We know that there was a lot of hue and cry about are vaccines bad for humanity. Even recently, we had a hot discussion going on regarding Covishield vaccine. And but look at the scientific, let us look at the scientific data, let us look at the scientific truths and not go by the hearsay and a couple of videos uploaded by the anti-vaccine lobby. It's actually not a couple of videos, it's so many thousands of them stating that vaccination is bad for humanity. Now we know that there were certain diseases like polio and smallpox which have been eradicated from this earth itself with the only power of vaccines. And as far as polio goes, till recently we have been trying to create what is known as herd immunity, which helps in protecting the whole society, not only the people who get vaccinated but also those who are not directly vaccinated. So, there are a lot of vaccine preventable diseases, and we have a very robust immunization program in India. We know that so many diseases like measles, mumps, rubella, polio, hepatitis B, etc., are vaccine prevented, and we give children vaccines till the age of maybe 1.5, and there is some vaccines like tetanus toxoid which we take till the age of 10. There are certain optional vaccines. There is a meningitis vaccine, Hib vaccine, then influenza vaccine, pneumococcal vaccines. These are all optional vaccine. Now let us look at a few controversies. We know that there was a huge controversy regarding MMR, and there was a medical person from UK who said that it has led to an unprecedented increase in the number of autism cases. The children who were fine till the age of 1, they turned autistic for God knows what reason, and he incriminated MMR vaccine as the cause for the increasing number of autism. But later on, it paved way for a whole lot of scientific studies and scientific data collection, and a lot of scientific energy went into it. The energy which could have been otherwise utilized in improving the general health of people, it went into proving his theory wrong. And finally, the eventuality, we all know that he ended up losing his medical license even, because there is an increase in autism which is seen recently, maybe because of increased diagnosis, increased tools for diagnosis, and increased awareness. But definitely MMR vaccine is not to be incriminated in causation or increase in the number of autism cases. Similar was the exception leveled against Covishield vaccine, and we know that the COVID can happen in subclinical forms. That is, form a fever may not happen, body ache may not happen. The person may not know that the person had a COVID infection. In those subclinical COVID people itself, there may be an increased tendency for thromboembolism, that is, more clot formation, and this may lead to an increase in the heart attacks or strokes that we saw in the post-COVID period. Similarly, there were lifestyle issues which happened during COVID time. There was a lot of sedentariness that happened. There was a lot of junk eating that happened. A lot of stress that people went through, and all that can also be contributory in the thromboembolic phenomena that happened. But it is still under study, but by and large all the scientific information that has come up till now shows that if we weigh the risk benefit ratio, definitely the benefit is more than the risk. If we take any vaccine for that matter, we have to weigh the risk benefit ratio and see if 5 million people are benefited by a vaccine and a few thousands are harmed by it. Definitely, in the larger interest of humanity, we take the millions who would be benefited by the vaccine. So, vaccination is the dictum. So, and there is a certain group of people who are not exactly anti-vaccine, but they think that okay, I am vaccinating my child, I am taking my vaccines on time. So, what is the need to interfere in those people who are speaking against vaccine? Let us not get into that muddle. But we should know that even the people who are getting vaccinated are not exactly getting benefited totally by the vaccine unless the whole community gets vaccinated, unless the society as a whole gets vaccinated or most of them get vaccinated. There is in certain diseases at least something known as a herd immunity which benefits the people who have not even taken the vaccine. Now, coming to the optional vaccines, we know that there are certain optional vaccines like hepatitis B vaccine is by and large now compulsory in the schedule. But if we take an HPV vaccine, an influenza vaccine, or a pneumococcal vaccine, definitely these are advisable. If we take an HPV vaccine, it is capable of preventing a cancer, that is CA cervix, cancer of the cervix, that's the outer part of the uterus. So, it is important, and there are some genital cancers which happen in the men also. So, HPV vaccine is an optional vaccine, but yet many should consider taking it. Now, coming to pneumococcal vaccine and influenza vaccine, these vaccines can be taken after the age of 6 months, but definitely after 65 or younger people who are at risk of getting a serious respiratory infection. That is a small cold may turn into pneumonia. Such people, who are those people? Elderly people, those who have diabetes which is not properly controlled, those who have liver disease, those who have lung disease, a serious cardiac disease or a heart disease. This is the vulnerable population where a small infection can become very florid and it can turn life threatening. In such population, it's worthwhile taking these two vaccines, influenza vaccine and pneumococcal vaccine. So, let us look at vaccination very scientifically. You look at the numbers, the huge numbers that are benefited by vaccination and the small number which have something serious by way of complication. There are some demyelinating illnesses that happen with vaccines once in a while. The scientific community does not deny that, but look at the huge numbers which are benefited by vaccination, and we are able to eradicate these serious diseases which can harm the humanity, which can increase the morbidity and mortality. So, not only let us look at vaccination in a scientific manner, let us try to correct the anti-vaccine lobby. Not easy, but still, whenever you get a chance to speak about vaccines or speak pro about vaccines, definitely we should utilize that opportunity and lead more and more people into a scientific temperament and a healthy way of looking at vaccinations. Thank you.